last week's video, we worked on lino printing some linen fabric in order to reupholster and restore some vintage dining chairs that I have. And in this week's video, we are finally getting down to business. We're going to reupholster those chairs one by one. There's 8 of them. We'll be removing the dusty old orange velvet and replacing it with my hand printed linen. I decided to start with this chair first because it had a big sort of melted fabric stain on it that would have made the fabric need to be replaced regardless of any stylistic choices I was personally making. And my first step was to figure out how this chair actually came apart so that I could put it back together. I wanted to do this carefully so that I could retain the fabric for a pattern. When I'd finished harvesting all of my pieces, I took them over to my ironing board and used a ton of steam to press them flat. And this was where I noticed that some of the fabric had already started to disintegrate. My estimate is it's about 20 to 30 years old. Every chair had 3 pattern pieces on the back of the chair, a piping piece, and a front and a back piece. I copied all 3 of these pieces out onto my new fabric, adding a 1 centimeter seam allowance just in case. The first challenge was adding the piped edge. I actually had to do this twice, unpicking my first attempt because I kept sewing it inside of the fabric instead of outside of the fabric. I wasn't able to get the pinning correct despite checking multiple times, but I eventually figured it out, and then I used Stitch in the Ditch to strengthen it and also force it to roll backwards towards the feet of the chair as opposed to up towards the ceiling. I clipped my curved seams, then it was time to start stretching the new fabric over the foam chair back, stapling and hammering as I went. I used the same method to tear the seat off, pulling all of the staples out with the screwdriver and the needle nose pliers. But with this one, I didn't feel the need to be as cautious, as I knew I probably wouldn't need a pattern for the seat. I just needed to have enough fabric to stretch over the seat and avoid any wrinkles. I just eyeballed the pattern, cutting, trimming, stapling, hammering, and restretching when needed. I did have to fiddle around with this a few times because a few wrinkles kept cropping up in the corners, but I think I managed to get a pretty clean look in the end. Then I trimmed off the excess fabric and I replaced the lining fabric that I'd originally taken off. I used the same lining fabric because honestly I just didn't have any on me, and this one wasn't really in too bad condition. It was just a little discolored. I'm editing my video. We're about to go to Bunnings so that I can pick up a couple of things. I need wax, like little crayons to fill in the stuff, you know, the stuff, the gaps, the dodgy parts of my chair to make it look pretty. That's what I need. Please ignore my mess. That's a little bed for my cat to sit on because he likes to sit next to me when I'm working. Heading to Bunnings in 3.5 seconds. Oh my god, double me, Inception. Adrian, do you think I can wear pajamas to Bunnings?
Alright.
Yes. Wax sticks. And this is how the chair finally turned out. I replaced the screws, I restained it a little bit to get rid of any obvious nicks where the veneer had worn off. Ultimately, I love how the chair turned out. I'm a really big fan of the color combo of dark green, cream, and red. Maybe because my love of the Christmas holidays, I don't know. But ultimately, I think that this is a great color combo with the cream and the green and the dark wood. I think it looks fantastic and I can't wait to finish reupholstering and restaining this whole dining set. I'm thinking of going for a really, really glossy wood stain on the dining table, like a really glossy finish, almost glass-like, even though I've avoided gloss and gone for satin or matte on most of the furniture in this house that I've reworked, because I just think that that's fun for a dining table to be like ultra glossy and reflect lights and look really fun and cool. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. I release a video pretty much every week at the moment, mostly revolving around the themes of renovation, design, and art. And if you like my art and design, I also have an Etsy store. And actually last year I also wrote a children's book. If you enjoy my art and design, you can have a look at those. All the links are below in the description, including all the rest of the links to my social media. Thanks for watching. Just so you guys know, part of the reason for me doing a all green dining table chair set, let me open this, revolves around the fact that, oh yes baby, it's happening. Oh yes, it's happening, ladies and gents. I've entered my lettuceware era.